Let's talk about the different ways how you can export your CSS Hero code, and this would be useful if maybe you wanted to use the code on another project, maybe on another website. You do have the option to export your code. Now, to export the code, what you want to do is you head on over to the Inspector tab, and if you've been making changes, you've been saving them, you will see all the code right here. Now, for reference purposes, I have gone ahead to make two quick changes, and let's say I wanted to export this code. Down here, there are three different options: the CSS, Minified Css, and less options. So what exactly are these? Now, the regular CSS export is useful if maybe you wanted to use the code on another application, maybe you wanted to edit the code on a text editor, things like that. You would go with the regular CSS export. But what about minified and less? Let's start with less first. Less, which is the third option, is useful if you wanted to export your CSS Hero code to another website that's also running the CSS Hero plugin. Now, the reason less would be the most ideal option is because it will copy the core code of the CSS Hero plugin and nothing more. So you want to go with the less option if that's your goal. Now, with Minified CSS, this is useful if you no longer want to use the CSS Hero plugin. I can't think of any reason why you'd want to do that, but if you must shut down the plugin, but you still want to keep the code, go with the Minified CSS. And then what will happen is, so as an example, if I clicked on Minified CSS, you will get this message telling you that the code has been copied to the clipboard. And then what you would simply do is you go over to the back end, go over to Appearance, go to Customize, and then depending on the theme that you're running, you will have the option to paste the custom code somewhere around here. So in my case, I'm using the Ocean WP theme. I'll just come down here to Custom CSS and then simply paste the code. So that's exactly how that would work. So once again, if you're exporting your code to use on a third-party application, maybe you want to edit your code on a text editor, you would use the CSS regular option. If you want to shut down the plugin and no longer use it, you would go with the Minified CSS option. And then finally, if you're transferring your code to another website running the CSS Hero plugin, you would go with the less option. So these are the three different ways how you can export your CSS code. Thank you for watching.